Good evening and welcome to the Vernon Township Supervisors meeting for March 2nd, 2023. We'll start with prayer and salute to the flag. Dear Lord, we ask your guidance at our meeting tonight for, sorry, I'm unprepared here, for your guidance on our meeting tonight. Amen. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, Amy.
Maloney.
Here.
Stone.
Dave.
Here.
Smith.
Here. Here.
Snyder.
Snyder.
Here.
Wagner.
Here. Here.
Okay, we'll start with citizen comment. There's no citizens here this evening. We welcome everyone that's out there watching the meeting through Armstrong this evening, and I apologize profusely for not being prepared with my prayer tonight. I rely on Fritz for that, and I let you down. Sorry. Okay, approval of the minutes for the Vernon Township Supervisors meeting of February 2nd, 2023.
I'll make that motion, we approve those minutes.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone not in favor? All right. Finances, motion to direct the treasurer to issue checks for the approved vouchers due for payment.
Make a motion.
Second.
Motion and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone not in favor? Okay. Motion to ratify payroll for the employees from January 28th, 2023 through February 25th, 2023, and the supervisor's pay.
I'll make that motion.
Motion
Second.
and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Not in favor? Okay. Any correspondence, Amy?
No.
No correspondence, thank you. Okay, move right into police report. Chief Detzel.
Well, thank you, Mr. Chairman, and good evening, everyone. Tonight I'm going to give the report for the Vernon Township Police Department month of February 2023. During the month of February, we answered 119 calls for service. So far, our yearly total brings up to 249. We had 8 motor vehicle accidents. We had 4 traffic stops for various violations of the vehicle code. 1 citation was issued, and we gave out 3 warnings. Citizens were assisted on 2 different occasions, and we had court attendance of 4 hearings at District Court District Judge Lincoln Zillhaber's office here on Route 19 in Vernon, and all 4 of those hearings were for criminal cases. Traveled a total of 2,668 miles patrolling the township in the month of February. And just a few things to mention this month is scams. We had a new one today that I kind of want to hit on. We have one now where some folks were trying to purchase a pet through PayPal, and the people that were selling the pet, of course it was another state, it was in the state of Texas, had asked for gift cards to be purchased. The folks bought the gift cards in good faith, thought everything was on the up and up, and it turns out that they had been scammed. So folks, please don't buy gift cards, send them. If you're concerned with who you're dealing with, we'd be more than happy to check out the people for you. If you come in, show me what it is that you're trying to buy. We'll try to run it down the best I can, because these people, a lot of them, they're opening up things where it's like they're open today and gone tomorrow, and the money's gone. We turned them over to the Attorney General's office, hoping maybe they can do something, but it doesn't look good. So scams, really, if it sounds too good to be true, call us, come in. We're glad to look at what you have. The other things are school buses. We were out again. People really seem to be doing pretty good with the school buses for the most part. I mean, I'm sure there's some infractions, but for the most part, it seems like that's coming along pretty good. Lock the vehicles at night, because again, the same thing. People are going around neighborhoods. If your car's in the yard, they can open the door, they're going in the car. So we had a handgun taken out of one here last week. So, please folks, keep your cars locked. Anything we can do, don't hesitate to call, and that's going to be my report for tonight.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
Dave or Fritz have questions for Randy?
No,
Greg?
Oh, just maybe my usual. I had talked to Dawn, and he said he came into somebody coming the wrong way in the roundabout, like head on, going the wrong way around it. I've had that happen. I know you've had that happen. Anything else like that, or?
Well, it seems like the wind must blow faster from the west to the east because they seem to travel a little quicker pace coming from the Conneaut Lake area towards Meadville. That's the only thing I really have on that. But it's there and we're doing our best.
Okay.
Stealing a handgun, is that a federal offense?
Well, if they're caught, the gun gets entered NCIC, which is national, of course.
Right.
And, you know, the charges are serious if they get caught with it.
That's what I
But-
was thinking, a firearm is a big deal.
It is, and, you know, folks, if you leave the stuff in the car, there's a good chance you'll never see it again. I mean, that's all we can do is enter it, which we did, and we'll see.
All right, thank you, Chief.
Well, thank you.
Next, we have a road report, Joel Stone, Roadmaster.
Good evening, Supervisors. Road report for March 2nd, 2023. We've been trimming trees still, West Vernon Road. We went out on Williams Road and trimmed some pine trees and stuff like that. Thank you to the property owners for, letting us in there, and hopefully it's a good result for everybody, on these tree trimming. We plowed, salted, and sanded as needed, installed a new faucet in the kitchenette here in the building, installed a wall mount monitor bracket in the secretary's office for the camera system, spread gravel and used the maintainer on dirt roads, unplugged pipes and ditches, filled washouts on Sportsman's Road. For whatever reason, we're having trouble getting the water off the edge, so hopefully here, in the spring, we can get out there and get that corrected a little bit better than what it is now. Equipment-wise, thankfully, everything's been holding together. We just oil change on truck 4. And the only thing that I really have is, people, you gotta slow down. Weather changes so fast in northwest Pennsylvania. The other day, it was 31 degrees, it was raining. Road conditions between 7:10 and 7:50 in the morning changed drastically. So you just have to pay attention to what's going on, and speed is the ultimate thing that's, getting people in trouble. That's all I have, Supervisor.
All right, thank you, Joel. Dave or Fritz, questions for Roadmaster? Greg?
No.
Gary?
No.
Thank you, Joel. Good job on everything. You had to work Saturday, huh?
Yeah,
That was a
we
crazy
worked a little
one.
bit on Saturday.
It like started at 7 o'clock and covered everything up, and then it was barely ended like
By
10
9:30,
o'clock.
yeah,
I mean, the grass and everything.
exactly.
So, yeah,
That's the way it is.
okay.
Wait 5 minutes, it'll change.
And then what was it, 62 yesterday or the day before?
Yeah.
That's- All right. Admin zoning, Rob Horvath?
Yeah, good evening, everyone. February, while a short month, was a busy and productive one at the township. Administratively, we opened bids this week for the new HVAC system for the municipal building. We look forward to their installation this fall. With hopefully early arrival of spring, we look forward to the new roof being installed on the township building and have been communicating with PCE and Alex Roofing for when that will occur. Joel and I have been working with Keystone Consultants and National Fuel Gas on a pipeline replacement project that will involve the crossing of several of our roads this summer. We're optimistic that this will not have a major impact on our roadways. Work continues on finalizing plans for the replacement of the playground superstructure this fall, and this will be done utilizing CDBG funds. Meanwhile, we continue to look to future improvement projects at Roach Park. On the outstanding EMS issue, we continue to wait communication from Meadville Ambulance Service. However, in the meantime, the Crawford County Association of Township Officials has introduced a resolution to PSAT urging the state to provide help to municipalities with the EMS crisis. Everybody in the county association is hopeful this resolution will hopefully pass at the next convention. On the zoning side of things, the Township Planning Commission met in February and has reviewed and made recommendations for approval for several developments and subdivisions that come before you for action tonight, including the conditional use request from the Tidal Wave Auto Spa, the Burger King Land Development, the Meadville Medical Center, Vernon Place Subdivision Number 3, and the Lands of Brown Subdivision. I would like to reiterate that the Tidal Wave Auto Spa is just a conditional use approval, as the car wash is a conditional use in the Kinetic Corridor zoning district. This project will still have to come before you again as a land development prior to the construction. For those keeping track at home, this will be the 4th car wash we've issued a conditional use approval for in the past year. And I know there's some general disgust and disappointment with these approvals by some folks, and the supervisors have taken heat for their approvals on social media, around town, and in the Tribune Sound-Off. However, when a developer demonstrates they comply with the conditional use requirements, we have to issue the approval. And I can attest both myself and Mr. Porter regularly communicate with the car wash developers the progress and number of other car washes in the area. And with that, I'll conclude my report and let Mr. Porter hopefully inform us and update us on some non-car wash developments happening throughout the township.
Thank you, Rob. Good report. Dave Fritz, anything for Rob?
No, I'm good.
Okay, Greg?
No, I'm good.
Good?
No, nothing.
Okay. Thank you again, Rob. Engineers report, Ashley Porter?
Thank you, Supervisor. I will report that there are significant developments happening in Vernon Township beyond the car washes. We continue to work with the Meadville Medical Center to fill that site. We do have Planning Commission recommendation for approval for the COCA development, which is the TJ Maxx development, as well as others. We're working with 4 other developments in that Vernon Place site. So that will hopefully fill this year and next year. The Meadville Medical Center themselves are putting well over $1.5 million in the infrastructure improvements, so new lights, sidewalks. So that whole area will be vastly improved through the efforts of Meadville Medical Center and their team. So there are other developments we're working on within the township for this year as well as next year. So we see a long and prosperous continued growth of the township.
Great. Dave Fritz, you have anything for Ashley?
Yeah, I wanted to ask, I'm good.
Okay, Fritz, go.
Have we heard anything on McAllister's lately? I see Hermitage is getting one. Down in Hermitage, they're putting the McAllisters in.
Yes,
I just wondered,
I spoke with the McAllister's developers this week. That was approved at the township contingent upon finalizing some of their development items. They're working on those. They still have a couple issues to deal with. I'm meeting with the engineers for that development next week to iron out some of those final hiccups they have. So we did also get notice for the highway occupancy permit for the connection to the stormwater within the highway in front of that development. So they're actively pursuing that, and they are anxious to start developing.
yeah, okay, good.
Okay. Greg?
Nope.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Moving on, solicitor report, we have Jack McMillan here this evening representing our solicitors.
Yes, thank you, Supervisors. I do not have anything to report, but thank you for having me this evening.
Thank you for coming. So, actually, on the solicitor side, nothing, no news is good news.
Right.
True.
Okay, new business, motion to approve the Burger King development plan.
I'll make that motion.
Motion,
Second.
motion second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Anyone not in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you. We went over this prior to in the work session. Motion to approve the Meadville Medical Center Vernon Place subdivision number 3.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone not in favor? Okay. Motion to approve the Lands of Brown subdivision.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Motion and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Not in favor? Motion to advertise for the hiring of a part-time police officer.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and second, all in favor?
Aye.
When not in favor? Motion to award the Vernon Township Building Heating, Ventilation, and Air Conditioning Replacement Base Bid to Central Heating and Plumbing of Newcastle, Pennsylvania, at a cost of $76,777.
So moved.
Motion, second, all in favor?
Aye.
Not in favor? Okay. Old business, motion to approve the conditional use request for the Tidal Wave Auto Spa. This is just a conditional use request.
I'll make that motion.
Motion,
Second.
second, all in favor?
Aye. Should be
None.
noted that they met all the requirements,
They did meet all the requirements.
so we can't say no.
Conditional use hearing we had this evening at 6 o'clock, yes. So, not in favor? All right, moving right along. Upcoming meetings, April 6th, 2023 will be the supervisor's work session at 6:30, followed by the supervisor's monthly meeting at 7:30. That's April 6th. One thing I meant to ask you on your report, Rob, I'm sorry, cleanup day is May,
The Saturday before Mother's Day, which
It's
is
the 6th.
6th.
It's May 6th.
May 6th.
I think it's May 6th.
Yep.
Okay, thank you. I just wanted to bring that out. Okay. Supervisor comment, we'll start with you, Dave. You're on. You're up.
Okay. Hey, Don, I just real quickly, I just want to reiterate what Rob had said earlier, and hopefully the press and the people watching on Armstrong understand that the Vernon Township supervisors don't go out and solicit car washes to locate in Vernon Township. But however, if they meet the requirements of township regulations, we have to accept what happens. So, Bobby had mentioned it, I just want to continue to mention it. I read some of the social media things, and people just don't have a general understanding how land development and permits work within a municipality. So I just want to reiterate, if someone comes into our township and meets our requirements, which we require stormwater, traffic, zoning, there are a lot of different requirements, we have to have a reason to say no. And it means they have to not be able to meet our requirements. So I just want to reiterate what Robbie said earlier, and hopefully everybody takes it to heart, that, listen, we're not out there trying to bring in 6 or 7 new car washes because that's what the supervisors want. It's just one of the things that are happening. So that's all I have. Thanks.
Great point, Dave. Thank you. Fritz?
Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree with what Dave said, Robbie said earlier in his report, because we do hear about that, and there isn't anything we can do, and all the ducks are in a row, basically. With that said, looking forward to seeing everybody here next month's meeting and getting back in my seat there. And that's all.
Make sure you bring your prayer, okay?
Okay, yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Greg?
Well, you hit on the cleanup day thing, which I forgot all about. And I was gonna ask about that, but you got that. Dave got the car wash thing settled down, and I know we've all mentioned this before because a couple car washes ago, we were catching heat for this. It's the same as if you own a piece of property and you sell it to the highest bidder and they can do whatever they want with it. You know, where the township doesn't own the property, the township doesn't, they set forth rules, you have to abide by them. And they meet them, you have no reason to tell them no. I mean, there really isn't, it doesn't, that's the whole point of the conditional use. And it's a thing, but apparently car washes are very lucrative. I haven't got to the bottom of it yet to figure out how or why. But, good things are happening, according to Ashley's, on top. Just be patient. Get your car washed in the meantime and be patient, because good things are coming. They are, that in North Coast Flight School coming into the airport. That's kind of a neat thing. The 10th through the 14th, they're gonna be having a big shindig up there.
Yeah.
You know, that's cool if you have any interest in aviation, the history of aviation. Gentleman was up here at the work session tonight. Real informative, real open guy. Nice to see the airport utilized for more, really. Other than that, asking about the roundabout accidents, that's kind of what I do, but other than that, that's all I have.
Thank you, Greg. Gary?
Well, I'd just like to reinforce what Joel Stone, our roadmaster, said, that at this time of year, the road conditions can change in a matter of minutes. So you really gotta be aware of the conditions. I mean, they may look fine when you start your car up, but halfway to work, the road can be treacherous. So just be safe and drive safely and pay attention. And on another note, I do intend to run for re-election if anybody wanted to know, because I was asked. That's all I have.
Okay, thank you, Gary. Take this opportunity to thank Armstrong Utilities and the Meadville Tribune for covering our meeting this evening, and remind everyone cleanup day will be May 6th. Before we know it here, 2 months.
It's
And,
coming.
Come on, spring.
We haven't had a bad winter. At all.
Yes, this has been probably the mildest winter I can ever remember. I mean, it's,
It's a bad year for snow.
yeah. So with that, I'd like to get a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Motion second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion, meeting adjourned.